One of the other things that is great about Emerald Physicians and about Dr. Coyle and the whole administrative group that we work with is that they really believe in each doctor doing volunteer work that they feel is important, both for the community, for the world, for them personally. And I had the opportunity to do my first international volunteer work this past fall with Cape Cares, which is a Cape-based organization that works in Honduras. I was able to do that trip really with the full support of Emerald Physicians. Not only did they help with raising some money that I was able to give to the organization, but when I asked if it was okay for me to take this week off, this extra week off, and go and do something that was really important to me, I was 100% supported. And I took a trip down to a small village in Honduras and worked with a team of 9 volunteers for a week, and we saw 300 patients in 5 days and had just an unbelievably rewarding time. I speak Spanish, and I was able to, within an hour of getting there, I was speaking solely Spanish, completely 100% Spanish, and had the feeling that I was doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing with my time there. I never felt that Emerald didn't want me to do that or felt like I needed to only be here. I felt like they were completely on board with that. It truly was a life-changing experience for me. I've always thought of myself as somebody who was very aware of issues of poverty and issues around hunger and shelter, and not until I was sitting in a little dirt-floored schoolroom seeing patient after patient who literally did not have enough food to eat and did not have a water supply, one after another, telling me how they just did not, every medical problem they had was related to the fact that they did not have access to food and money and water and shelter. I couldn't understand it till I was right there. It was an incredible experience, and one that I'm committed to repeating, planning to go back again this year, again knowing that the place I work supports me doing work that sustains me and makes me a better person as well as a better doctor. And they line up, they take a card and they line up, and then kids are running around all over the place all day, and the old people are sitting there and in the chairs waiting, and you just see one after another. And at the end of the day, at 4:15, you got to get off the mountain because there's not a road. You're driving just up the mountainside, so you can't, after dark, you can't be on that mountain. So 4:15, they say time to close up the clinic, and wherever you stopped, the people hold their cards and they come back the next day. And they do that every day of the week until every patient has been seen. It's unbelievable. So they have it's almost like a festival for them to kind of be there, but at the same time you're thinking, these people come and they just wait, and people have to wait for an hour sometimes for me here. These people wait 8 hours. They wait 16 hours. They wait days to be seen because there's nobody to see them. It was incredible. It was incredible. A woman who was about 90 years old in a little tiny house. We had to walk up there to get to it. And she clearly had some sort of cancer. So it had some kind of cancer. She was wasting away. She was very emaciated. And the first day we sent the PA, I was with a young guy from Colorado, and I had done some home visits. So I said, you go do this one. It's a little more complicated, but go and see what you think, and then we'll talk about it. And so he came down and he was like, we need to, give her IV fluids, and we need to give her IV antibiotics, and I think she's got some kind of infection, and we need to do all this stuff. And I just sat and listened to him, and I said, that all sounds great, but she lives in Honduras, and when is she going to get another IV after you give her that IV? I think we might need to think about reorienting what we're doing for this woman who's probably, she's dying. It sounds, when what you're telling me, this woman is dying. And so I went up the next day with the nurse, and we went to the pharmacy that night, and we asked at the pharmacy, can we get some pain medications? And liquid Tylenol, and rehydrating just fluids, and like an Ensure type powder, and then bottled water that they could mix it with, Vaseline for her lips, lotion for her skin, just basic things. And we went in there and we met her son, who'd been caring for her for years. He was like 65 years old, this wonderful man. And he had made this just little sling bed for her that was, you know, in the middle of a jungle. These people have nothing. And he made this completely cozy sling beds. And we gave her some of this little protein drink. And she was able to sit up, and she drank the little drink. And I asked if we could take a picture, if I could have a picture with her. And we have a picture. We're holding this cup of this protein drink and her arm around me. And we're kind of holding her out so that she can actually sit. It was amazing. And then when we went to leave, her son came up to me, and he took my hands, and he just put his hands around my hands, and he said, El Dios va a darte una benedicción. And that means God will give you a blessing for what you did. And it was an unbelievable moment to stand there and know that I'll never see this woman again. And yet I was able to give her just some little comfort out there on this mountaintop in the middle of Honduras. And it wasn't curing her, and I wasn't going to make her walk again. And yet I was able to make her day and her days to come peaceful. It was amazing. It was completely amazing.